Where's the toys, bitch?
What'd
you do with the extra toys?
Yeah, but what about you? I mean, you've really like. I've seen it. Everyone has seen it. You've just really. I mean, how do people get to you? It's difficult. Right? No,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how do you, like, for instance, like, you don't have a booker on this show.
Well, I do, but
you do?
I don't I choose.
Yeah, you're the booker.
Yeah,
right?
but it's not like someone like picks the lineup,
Yeah.
and then I go over it with them. No.
So, like, for instance, like, Nicolas Cage is my next door neighbor in Las Vegas. Like, he's a friend. I've known him for many years. Like, how would he get to you if he wanted to be on the show?
Love to have him on. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I
He's
saw
amazing.
a video they did about his house in Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
with this
60
lady.
Minutes, right?
Yeah. He's awesome. I love that guy. I met him once a long time ago at a boxing gym.
Yeah.
He was there with his son. His son was taking lessons at this boxing gym that I used to work out in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
So
But it was a weird one. You know, it was like, whoa, that's Nicolas Cage. Just hanging out in the boxing gym with his kid.
So how do people like that get to you to get
Like
on your
this.
show? Just like this?
Like this.
Okay,
He
cool.
he texts you, you text me, hey, what's
Okay,
up?
right. That'd be great.
Nice to meet you.
He would be great on your show.
Yeah, he'd be awesome. He's
Yeah.
a fun dude.
He's fucking, I mean.
With that Nicolas Cage movie, what was it?
Right.
What was it? What was the act? I don't want to fuck the title, but him and Pedro Pascal. Oh my god, that movie's good.
Yeah, he's
He's
The
fantastic.
unbearable weight of
Yeah.
massive talent.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so good.
Because Mark Maron I see at the store all the time, and he's always like, you're Nicolas Cage, your next door neighbor. You know, I wanted to he has a podcast, and I'm like, and I text Nick, I'm like, yo, my friend Mark Maron wants to be on the podcast, and he didn't text me back. You know, so I mean. Not to diss Mark Maron, I don't know. Maybe he was just too busy
Maybe he
he's
went on
going
a retreat.
The what?
A retreat. Maybe he put his phone down for a week.
Yeah,
Maybe
he put
did
his
one of those things.
Yeah,
Could be.
So,
You know?
yeah. So I think he would be great on this. So
I would definitely
if I
have him
know
on.
any people that I think that you would like, I'll
Yeah, definitely.
pass them
Please
to
do.
you. Yeah. So yeah.
It's a weird thing to have like this sort of a show,
Yeah.
but I got to keep doing it the way I've always done it. This is the way I've always done it.
This is when you started in the basement with Red Band, right?
Well, we're in
You were in your couch, right?
on my couch, and then we moved to. I had a spare bedroom that I'd converted into an office. So then we converted my office into the podcast studio.
Yeah.
So it was half my office, half of it was the podcast studio. It was like so rudimentary.
It was so like Wayne and Garth, right? Just like in the basement.
It was, you know what it was? It was the response to. I loved the hang of being on those morning talk shows, but I knew that nobody would ever give me one. And I probably wasn't good at it anyway. Like podcasting is like anything else, I think. I think you get better at it the more you do it. If you go back and listen to my early ones, I was terrible. It's just you get better at it. And I think that what we missed was like the Opie and Anthony hang. You do the Opie and Anthony show, it was a bunch of comics just sitting around talking shit about things. It was so fun.
So do you ever prepare for your interviews?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh really?
Yeah, depending on who they are.
Right. So did you prepare for this?
No, you're my friend.
He's like, fuck
I don't have to
that
prepare
guy.
for you.
This is just gonna fuck.
I have to prepare for things like
Like scientists and things like
if,
that.
if someone's
yeah.
coming on to discuss something really crazy, like I really have to pay attention to what the questions are that I can ask.
Right.
Like we had Michio Kaku was on yesterday.
Michio Kaku.
Do you know who he is?
I heard about him. He's the scientist, right?
Yes, he's a quantum physicist, and he was on discussing quantum computing, and it's so
I can't even
above
open my laptop, dude.
It's so above my head.
Yeah.
It's so above my head. It's so hard to. He's like, he's so smart. It's like he's like hanging out with toddlers. Like when he was 17 years old, he made a particle collider in his garage.
I don't know what a particle collider is.
It's miles and miles of copper tubing, and it sends something through it. And he photographed antimatter in his garage with this device when he was 17.
Wow.
Like, that's a different kind of human. 17, you were hanging out the store. 17, I was in Newton, Massachusetts, like being a moron. Like, this guy was making a particle collider in his basement or in his garage.
Wow.
It's crazy. There's people that are just... They're so much smarter than you in different ways, right? Like, I don't think probably wouldn't be a great comic, but they're so
So you had to do a little research for
Yeah.
what's it called?
Michio
Kaku.
Kaku. But some even more than that. Like it depends on whatever the subject is. Like some people I want to read their book first and then have them on because I have questions.
Yeah, and then as far as living out here now, being in Austin. Austin is very, I don't want to use the word liberal, but there's a lot of hipsters and people with skinny jeans and that stuff. Is it weird being, because I don't want to say you're red or you're not red because I don't fucking know. Most people think you're red.
Yeah.
Is it like you're red living in a blue city in a red state?
That is this is a blue
Incorrect.
city, but I'm not really red.
That's what I don't think either.
No.
Yeah.
I've never voted Republican in my life.
Right.
I think that both systems suck, and I think that what I'm pushing back against is the crazy ideologies. It has nothing to do with universal basic income. It has nothing to do with welfare. It has nothing to do with funding community programs and cleaning up cities. Like I'm all for all that stuff. I'm even for higher taxes if I believe the government was competent with your money. I'm not like higher. If it's higher taxes and it proves that we have less crime and the world's a safer place, that would be great. But that doesn't seem like they know how to do that. And what seems like when you give a lot of money to the government, they create a lot of government jobs, and those government jobs make those people a lot of money. We looked into the homeless situation in L.A. And it's my friend Colion Noir told me about this because he's a lawyer and he went to San Francisco. When he was in San Francisco, he was talking to someone. He's like, why haven't they fixed the homeless thing? Is it like a funding issue? And the guy was like, no, it's the opposite. They make so much money. The people that are in charge of dealing with the homeless situation, some of them are making more than $200,000 a year, like $240,000 a year. And the homeless thing just keeps getting worse.
So what do you think it is?
It's
your opinion.
It's mental health.
It's
It's people that are addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
People. There's a lot of soldiers.
Sadness.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of vets that came back and their experiences were very traumatic for them, and they never recovered. And maybe they got on drugs as well.